Hey gremlins, it's Evermay. So, welcome to part 4. Yes, I know you were curious if there was going to be a part 4 or not, but there is. Here we are. So, if you are curious what the fuck I'm talking about, I quit the Alliance, or so I thought, and all the drama that's happened. Go listen to the previous podcasts and you'll get caught up, I promise. But, yeah, so the deal is as soon as a replacement for me is set, then I become a R3 and I go into retirement. So it will be interesting to see what retirement is like, if I like retirement, if I do what retirees do and pack up and move to a new location and try another alliance, or if I stay is still to be determined. But the final answer is I am not leaving the game. I am staying in AOH. I am just giving up being diplomat and being R4 and becoming a R3. And yeah, just being low man on the totem pole, which will be going from being number 2 to low man on the totem pole is going to be a little shell-shocking. That's going to be interesting. Because, yeah, I'm used to being number 2 with VK, so, yeah. We'll see. I have predictions. I've already told Marie one of them, and I told her I'd bet money on it. And so we'll see if I'm right or wrong on that one. But based on information that I have been so given, things line up just a little too neatly for it to not go that direction. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'm staying in the game, which is a lot different than quitting everything like I had. I mean, I sent out the memos. I had passed off everything that could be passed off, you know. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's good and bad all in the same breath. But we'll see, you know, things happen for a reason, things change for a reason, and, you know, I need to spend more time doing what makes me happy, and right now, doing what I'm doing, I'm not fully happy. I, like everybody else, deserve to experience happiness. So, yeah, this is my attempt at learning what makes me happy for me, not what makes me happy while I make other people happy. So, yeah. But I got asked a really interesting question, and I had no answer, because everything I do that I spend energy on has to do with either the business or the game currently. I was asked what hobbies I had. I was like, I have none. I make playlists for fun and analyze shows that I've watched for 500 years. that feels like. You know, I was talking to Nova about watching The Masked Singer over and over and over again. And I joked that I've seen it well over 50 times. And I probably have, technically. Because what I do is I analyze and I watch and I observe and I grade and I judge everything. So the first time I watch it through, I'm watching it for the show. I want to see, you know, the clue packages. I want to see the performances. I want to see the costumes. I want to hear the interaction with the judges. You know, I want the experience of the whole show. So that's round 1. Round 2, by this point I know who everybody is, so then I can focus on other things like costumes, music choices, choreography, staging, all of that stuff, and then analyze also the clue packages. You know, what did they intend for the misdirect to be taken as to lead it somewhere else? And, you know, the stuff that they did give clues on, how does it lead towards that? You know, did I think that based on the voting and how everything gets done, you know, did the person that went home deserve to go home? Or no, they should have stayed, but you understand, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's a whole litany of things that I go through with watching Masked Singer 100 times. I've gone from 50 to 100 now. But yeah, I love analyzing things, and that's it. The rest of it, I love to create and design things, but I do that for business. So that doesn't count anymore. Yeah, it's been one of those things where it's just like, okay, I don't know what I do for fun anymore. Everything has been business or the game for 7 months. So, yeah, we'll see. Curiosity has this cat, for sure. But there's just a lot changing and a lot happening. And I took off this weekend from everything. Well, not everything. I still have to put up a podcast on Saturday. But other than that, I had taken off Saturday. So today is my day off. It's Friday. Yay me! But yet I'm recording because it has to get done. So here we are on my day off, talking to you. Hope you appreciate it. If not, go fuck off. I'm kidding. I don't want you to do that. No, I decided that this would be the first weekend, like, big jump into this is you doing you and stuff for you season of my life. Like, this is my era. This is my, you know, you're doing it for you era of my life right now. And so, yeah, it's going to be interesante for sure. That is one of the only Spanish words I know. I know, like, hello. I know more words when I read than I do speaking, if that makes sense. And I can only do that because of contextual things. Like, I know certain stuff is like there and that kind of stuff. So those words, those connective words, so I can try to read and I get kind of the gist of it, and then I Google translate it and figure it out, but that's kind of how it goes. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I took off from the game. No one knows about that. I took off for Saturday. I didn't plan on being there for Scar, and I uninvited myself from the reservoir raid, or what we just dub as RR, or the raid. Yeah, so it's a little interesting that I am stepping down, and at the same time I am taking a little time to choose me, to see what I do with myself when I can choose me. It doesn't happen too often. Normally, I'm doing something for the business, I'm doing something for AOH, I'm doing research for my mom and my sister, I'm doing, things that have popped up, but it's all business related. Very rarely do I just do nothing. And like right now, what am I doing on my day off? I'm sitting here working, recording a podcast. Why, you ask? Because it needs to get done, and I don't want to necessarily do it tomorrow, because I'm already going to have to upload part 3 to you guys tomorrow, and this goes up on Monday, what you're hearing now. So, hi, I hope your Monday wasn't as bad as, Mondays typically are. So, yeah, because you're not going to hear this until Monday night, and it's currently Friday morning. So, yeah. Oh well. I don't do live podcasts. I could, but I would want it to be interactive. Like, I would want you guys to have input in what I was saying and doing, or not doing, or you can't control what I say either. Many have tried, many have failed. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens, how I handle things, and how I maybe do or don't do. Do I get back into playing The Sims again? Do I try Paralives? I don't know, and I'm not sure I care enough to try to figure it out currently. I know that it's been a while since I've had choices to do things. I have felt for a little bit that the choices were being made for me, and I was having to clean up other people's choices, and I think that started to wear on me. There's a lot of things that went into why I made the choice that I made to step down. Yeah, there's a lot of layers, and you guys heard a bunch of them the very first in this series, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. So If you're curious if I completely bore myself to death, then stay tuned, because you're gonna find out, just like I'm gonna find out. But until next time, gremlins, stay weird. Bye!